You gotta do what you gotta do, right? I read the script before Screen Gems, which is the studio that made it, optioned it. And so I knew it was floating out there and no one was making it. And I was just like, oh my God, I love this so much. I love it, I love it. And then they ended up optioning it and I was immediately like, gotta meet the director. Went in, I kind of pushed them to let me be the first person to audition for it. And needless to say, they auditioned a lot of people for it. So I was very lucky that they gave me a chance to do it because I've never obviously done anything in that capacity before.
Just once, I want my life to be like an 80s movie. Preferably one with a really awesome musical number, for no apparent reason.
I cannot relate to Olive more in wanting her life to feel like a John Hughes movie, knowing that it's not really like that, but wanting to have her life emulate that. And I like that we kind of got to pay homage.
Oh, haven't you heard? I'm the musical slut.
It's definitely a hark back to, I mean, not that it is of the caliber, I'm not gonna make that claim, but kind of like the John Hughes-esque film. In the sense that it's a more honest, accurate portrayal of the, like, modern high schooler and the things they have to deal with. Because it's pretty universal, the idea of high school kids all being, like, vicious and vulnerable.
I play the character of Mary Ann, and I'm sort of the bitchy, uptight girl, and Olive sort of lies about losing her virginity, and I sort of call her a big tramp, and I sort of hate her, so I get to sort of play the mean girl in this part. But it's definitely Emma's movie, and she's doing an amazing job, so I get to sort of be the little funny sidekick. I did it. I got through to you. I consider myself a nice person, and I try to do good things, you know, for other people. I feel like karma is important, so I definitely don't think I'm like my character, but it's really fun to sort of play this really mean, uptight girl. You've made your bed. I just hope for your sake that you've cleaned the sheets.
You know, that was half the reason I was really excited for it, because it was just so, you know, kind of offbeat. This strange character who's not terribly strange himself, but he's like, the things that he does are sort of outlandish, which I liked. The point of this character, actually, the great thing about him is that he's not a douchebag. He's effortlessly cool because he's not afraid to do the kind of stuff that he would normally be ridiculed for, like being a mascot, that kind of stuff. In other high school movies, he might be the guy that's getting picked on, but he's actually, like, kind of awesome because he just owns it.
I like to keep my business to myself. Notoriety, for whatever reason, never seems to benefit the noted. It's only the notees.
I went to public school growing up, and then I was homeschooled for 7th and 8th grade. Then I went to school for like a semester, and then I moved to LA and was homeschooled. So I never really had a traditional high school experience, but I can assure you it probably would have been pretty similar to Olive.
Well, for me, I did have a bit of a strange academic path. I technically graduated early and I went to college early, but my bit in high school, I was quiet. I was just very, I think, respected by the geeks and the jocks alike. I was just kind of like right in the middle.
I was really shy, I think, because even though I was like doing shows and stuff, when I'd go to school, I sort of wanted to just fit in. I didn't want people to think I was special or, you know, like, I don't know, so I would just kind of be weirdly shy, and I think in the end that made me uncomfortable and weird. I should have just been like, hey, I am who I am, but I've learned that through growing up.
Lies travel fast. And boy, did my terminological inexactitude accelerate with velocity.
Did you hear about Olive?
I've never really gotten it that bad, even with tabloids or in high school. So I've been lucky. Like I said, I mean, I was sort of quiet and I laid low. Nobody's really given any ammunition.
As far as outside people that I don't really know that well, or, I mean, knock on every piece of wood I can find, there's no paparazzi or anything like that, so I don't even know what that would be like.
Really, you can just ignore them and they go away, because if they're not true, they're not true, and there's nothing for them to stand on, and people forget about them immediately.
I'll tell you a funny story. Last night, I did a little part in this movie that Will Gluck is directing called Friends with Benefits. It's with Justin Timberlake. So I had to do a scene with Justin. It was just one night. I was just going to, you know, he directed Easy A, and so I went in and did this scene. And we were on Hollywood Boulevard, and there's all these paparazzi with these, you know, for Justin, with these giant, telescopic, crazy, like, conspicuous lenses. And I'm eating an apple. And I was like, I'm eating an apple. This is gonna be disgusting looking. And I was like, gotta throw away the apple. And then I was like, how much would that suck in your life? You can't eat a damn apple. Like, I don't wanna see that of anybody, much less myself.
Thirsty for more celeb news? Make sure you subscribe to the E! News YouTube channel so you can stay informed on all the breaking updates. Come on, you know you want to be the first to know about all the latest hookups, breakups, arrests, and so much more.